Hello everyone. In this video, in the continuation of our series of history of AI, we're going to talk about birth of artificial intelligence, especially in the context of healthcare. The formal emergence of AI as a scientific discipline occurred when researchers first explored whether machines could solve problems, reason logically, learn patterns, and use language. Therefore, there was a conference that occurred in 1956, and four influential scientists uh, whose names are here that included John McCarthy, Marvin Minsky, Claude Shannon, and Nathaniel Rochester. They proposed the term artificial intelligence and suggested that every aspect of learning could be simulated by machines. The symbolic artificial intelligence, also known as gold or old-fashioned AI, was a new paradigm and was based on the idea that human reasoning uh, operates through symbol manipulation and logical rules. Therefore, the principles which were used in in this conceptualization that include a knowledge base, which were based on the collection of facts and rules describing a domain, inference engine that were based on reasoning, mechanism applying logical rules to knowledge, and user interface that included mechanism for system interaction and information entry. Therefore, expert system was emerged that was based on expert knowledge, knowledge bases derived from human experts, rule-based reasoning. There was a logical system applying domain knowledge and interactive interface. During 1960s and 70s, symbolic AI evolved into expert system. Computer programs were designed to emulate human experts' decision-making in specific domains. In the same time, AI entered healthcare. Presented a promising domain for health early AI systems because medical decision making involved and still involves complex reasoning based on symptoms, laboratory tests, and clinical knowledge. AI could help physicians by supporting diagnosis, recommending treatments, interpreting uh, laboratory data, and providing clinical decision support systems. There were several AI-based systems which were innovated. One of the earliest of such systems include MYCIN infectious disease diagnosis that was developed at Stanford in 1970s, where a heuristic programming project led by Edward Feigenbaum and Bruce Buchanan was these are the two individuals which laid the foundation of this system. This was essentially a rule-based system where hundreds of if-then rules derived from infectious disease experts' domain-specific knowledge using backward chaining, and diagnostic accuracy was assessed, performance compared, and it was found that performance compared that the diagnostic accuracy of this system was comparable to specialists, often better than the general physicians. Uh, and which is very good if you consider it at that time. Another important rule-based system which was innovated at that time that was internist one, which was broad diagnostic reasoning that was innovated by University of Pittsburgh in 1970s, and it was designed to assist physicians in diagnosing complex internal medicine cases across a broad range of conditions. And it worked in the following way that physicians accepted symptoms and findings compared with disease profiles and generated rank list of potential diagnosis. It later evolved into another system which is known as Cordicus, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, with advanced reasoning mechanisms. The structured limitations of early AI were that it was dependent on knowledge acquisition bottlenecks, which means that translating human expertise into structured rules was extremely time consuming and difficult. It had limited learning capability because systems relied entirely on encoded rules and could not adapt automatically to new medical knowledge. The brittleness of the rule-based system were there because it worked well only within narrow domains, failed when cases fell outside the encoded rules, and it was lack there was a lack of large clinical data set, which means electronic health records did not exist at that time. Clinical data stored on paper and computational power was limited at that time. Uh, but it was still a lasting contributions to healthcare because computer-assisted clinical reasoning uh, in the MYCIN demonstrated computers could replicate aspects of expert reasoning. Uh, it laid the foundation of conceptual foundation for modern hospital-based decision support systems. It introduced disciplines of capturing expert knowledge for computational systems, and it was an inspiration for modern AI with limitations. It motivated shift towards machine learning. It was actually laid the foundation of the conceptualization of modern machine learning and driven AI systems. Uh, as I said, that it was the foundation for modern AI. Early AI systems demonstrated the feasibility of applying rule-based reasoning to clinical decision making, paving the way for today's sophisticated medical AI. Despite never being widely implemented in clinical practice due to legal, ethical, and technical limitations, the two systems that include MYCIN and internist one prove that computers could assist physicians in diagnostic and therapeutic reasoning, establishing principles that continue to influence health AI till date. Thank you very much for your time. See you in the next video.